Today we're going to fix a VHS tape. If you found an old VHS tape and you go to watch it and you find that the ream is broken, that's okay, we can fix it. The first thing you want to do is collect supplies. You'll need a screwdriver, a Phillips head, smaller than a standard one, but larger than an eyeglass one, razor blade, a pair of scissors, and some Scotch tape. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you're going to flip the tape so that the screws are exposed. There should be 5 screws. So we're going to unscrew those. Some might be tight. They've been there for a long time, 20, maybe 30 years. Okay, now you're gonna get excited and you're gonna want to open up the case, but don't do that yet. Before we do that, you need to check the side. If you have a piece of tape here with writing on it, that's where your razor blade comes in. You're gonna wanna cut that right along the middle seam. And that's so when we open it, it doesn't get stuck and mess us up. Okay, my dad always taught me slice away from yourself. So don't do this like I did, away from yourself. Okay, now we're still not done. You're gonna wanna flip the tape over. If you don't flip the tape over, when you open it up, all the inside of your tape is going to fall out. And that's a different video for a different time, but we can do one to show you how to fix that. So your screw holes are facing down. Then we're going to lift up the case. And here is the middle of a VHS tape. Okay, we can see that this one broke in the middle, meaning I have some tape over here and some tape over here. What we're going to want to do is take out one spool and you're going to want to pull a little bit of tail out, about like that. Now, the way that you know which side of your tape is the recorded side is it's going to be kind of shiny. They're both shiny, but it's more shiny. And it will also be this way over the top of the reel. Okay, so we pulled out some there. Then you're going to want to feed it in between like so. So we went in between here and this little flap. Now some VHS tapes don't have this little flap. That's okay. You want it to go on the outside of this spool here. That's going to be the most important part. Now we're going to go over to this side and do the same thing. You're going to want to pull out a little bit of a tail. Again, it's flipping over so you know which side is the recorded side. And over here we're going to go between the 2 spools. Like so, between the 2 spools, right there. Now we have our 2 tails that we're going to want to connect. It's important that you know that you want to put your tape on the inside of the ream. So again, this is the outside, which is the side that has the recording on it. You do not want the tape on that side. You want to put it on the inside. See, I just popped off here. That's okay. We'll just feed it back through there. So you want a small piece of tape. And if you need your scissors to trim it a little bit skinnier, you can, because you don't want it to stick out on either side of the tape. So again, we're on the bottom side. We're going to go in the middle, like so, bottom side, and do the best you can to line it up. Now, if it's not lined up directly, even if it is directly, sometimes you might get a skip when you're playing your tape. That's okay. A skip is better than not having it at all. Once you have it connected, you can turn either side to bring it back into place. Okay. And I would probably go ahead and put the brake, rewind it back more to one side. So if you need to turn this reel, you'll notice that it might be a little hard. If that's the case, there's a little almost like a little butterfly right here. You see that? It releases the tape reels. So if you want to hold that down to turn it some more, you can. And that's just so the broken piece isn't right in the middle when you start. At this point, we're going to go ahead and put the case back on. If you want to hold this top piece up, sometimes that makes it easier. And it should go on like a puzzle piece, which if you've done a modern jigsaw puzzle, you know that that's not always easy. So you wiggle it in there, like so. Then we have to flip it back over and put our screws back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I usually start with the middle, but it probably doesn't really matter. If you get a tight screw that doesn't really want to go in, just go to another one. There should be an easy one. The holes line up pretty directly, so if one's off a little bit, it might be tight to screw in. But if you skip it and go to another one, sometimes it helps push it into place. And there we have it, our fixed VHS tape. You should now be able to put this in your player and rewind it all the way and watch it. Again, it might skip or stop right where the break is, but you should be able to start it again, and at least you're only missing maybe a second or two of your videotape and not the whole thing. This was how to fix a VHS tape with Kelly and Golden Triangle Tampa. If you're in the area and you don't want to go through this experience yourself, you could always bring it to us and we can help fix it for you.